This week's episode is brought to you by my brand new positioned and paid mentorship program. Inside my 12-month mentorship, I am teaching you how to gain recognition, build your reputation, and generate more revenue. If you're ready to learn how to make sales without relying on social media, then this is the mentorship program for you. For more details and the application, shoot me a DM for more information on Instagram at Koereyelle. Let's work. Welcome back to another episode of the Girl Stop Playing podcast. It's your favorite homegirl, Koereyelle, here to encourage you to stop playing with your potential and start working for what you want in life and in love. You already know that I believe you can have it all. You can make the money and you can get the honey as long as you are willing to work. And so it's my goal to bring you the information and the conversations to help you do just that. So this week's solo sermon, I'm just going to go ahead and put a little disclaimer out there that this show must go on by any means necessary. Okay. When it comes to me getting in my bag to do this podcast, to deliver on my promise each and every week, I'm showing up and I'm showing out no matter how it has to happen. So I'm just going to let y'all know that I am in the bathroom, in my vacation home, in Cabo, Mexico, recording this week's solo sermon on my phone, y'all, without a microphone. So if the audio is a little janky, I apologize. Don't judge me, but I really wanted y'all to get this work, okay? So a couple weeks back, I told y'all that I'm so excited about this new project that I've been working on. My next book, my third book, the Save Yourself book. That's what I've been calling it. The true title is Nobody is Coming to Save You. And it's a Save Yourself guide for working women. It is a book full of inspirational stories that's not just going to inspire you to start living the life that you were born to live, but it's really a resource to instruct you on how you can do it. And so over the next few weeks, I want to share some pieces of the book. I'm also going to drop the waitlist link in today's show description so that you can go ahead and get on the waitlist and be the first to find out when the book is available next month. I had the pleasure of collaborating with some amazing women who have some truly phenomenal stories of not just what they've been through, but what they've been able to get themselves to. Okay. All of these women, even though we have diverse backgrounds, we literally share the similarity of going through something that knocked us down and tried to drag us out. Okay, but we really figured out that nobody was coming to save us. And so we had to do the work to save ourselves. So trust me when I say you're going to want to get your hands on a copy of this book, and you're going to want to buy a couple copies for your girlfriends. So go ahead and make sure you sign up for the wait list because we have some goodies for everyone who does. Okay. So inside of this book, in addition to you hearing these inspirational short stories from women who are just like you, I also included some save yourself strategies. And so this week for our solo sermon, I want to share with you one of those save yourself strategies entitled Get in the Game and Prepare to Win. So here we go. Whether you realize it or not, you are actively participating in the game of life. So you might as well make the most of it. You might as well show up ready to win. This mindset check-in is about how you can get in the game and make the most of this life that you are given the opportunity to live. It's about learning how to play to win. The truth is that you deserve to be in on the action. You deserve to be making the plays. Nobody wants to spend all of their time sitting on the sidelines. Nobody wants to be doing all the cheering for other people all the time. It's really great to be supportive of others. It's really great to promote other people and to celebrate the successes of other people. But sometimes you have to have some of your own success to celebrate. Sometimes you want to be cheered on. Sometimes you want to show up and show out. And so I want to encourage, empower you, and inspire you to do just that. to not spend your life sitting on the sidelines and never getting in the game. You are playing yourself, being the water girl on the sideline, making sure everybody else is good, but never actually experiencing the win yourself. I want you to be encouraged and prepared to win. 30 years from now, I want you to have some good stories to tell. I don't want you to be sitting around telling your grandkids about how you helped everybody else win, but that you've never experienced any exhilarating wins for yourself. There is something spectacular that you were born to do. And I don't want you to leave this earth before you get a chance to do it. And so in order for you to be ready to win, you got to know the rules. The first rule that I want to share with you is that, guess what? There are no rules. You don't have to get caught up in statistics. You don't have to get caught up in the numbers game. You don't even have to worry about how many people have done what you want to do before, or how many people came before you that weren't successful. You don't have to worry about the likelihood that you're going to win. Those rules do not matter. Your success does not depend on the statistics. They depend on your desire and your determination to make a dream your reality. They depend on the amount of work that you are willing to put in. So don't get caught up in the rules and don't get caught up in what people tell you. There are no rules, only the ones that you create. Know the part that you were put here to play, and also know that only you can play your position. One thing I've seen so very much is that entrepreneurs get caught up in competing. Sometimes we feel like we have to have it all. We have to be the end all be all. But the truth is, you don't have to worry about anybody else ever stealing your spot. You don't have to worry about anybody else ever stealing your light or playing your position, because they cannot do what you're being called to do. Only you can play your position, and only you can play your role. In order to play that role, you have to know what your role is supposed to be so that you can stay in your lane. The only way that you are going to be able to get in the game and win big is by knowing your role, playing your position, and playing it well. Now, you definitely have to be game ready. You got to get your mind right. You have to be a lifelong learner, and you have to invest in your intellect. Every single month, every single week, every single day, you should be learning something new. You should be reading something new. Trust me when I say technology is your biggest and best friend when it comes to learning and reading. You can literally read a new article every single day that can teach you something new to keep your mind sharp. But you have to continue to challenge yourself so that you can elevate your conversations as well as the skills that you have to offer. Not only must you get your mind right in order to be game ready, but you must also get your body right. Now, whether you want to hear it or not, exercise is crucial. One thing that I recently learned was that stretching is actually crucial to your health. So I went to a homeopathic doctor, and he actually told me that we Americans, we put so much emphasis on working out, cardio, and lifting weights. And a lot of times we neglect stretching. Stretching is sometimes more important or may have more benefits than actually exercising. Having a healthy spirit is also just as important as being physically and mentally fit. So whether you go to church every week or meditate every day, you have to have some type of routine that gives you some type of sacred silence to help you remain cool, calm, collected, connected, and spiritually aligned. In the game of life, not only must you have optimal health in mind, body, and spirit, but you must play fair. It's important to take into consideration how you treat others. You got to be careful with the impressions that you leave on people. Your attitude is everything. And in terms of business and being an entrepreneur, the way you treat people as well as your personality really matters. So make sure you're playing the game fairly by operating with integrity. Your word is everything. So do what you say you're going to do. Your expectation is going to determine your experience. So you got to expect to win. LeBron James doesn't just get in the game and just hope that he wins. He gets in the game knowing that he is game ready and he has an expectation to win. You have to have that mindset as well. Losing is no longer an option in your life. So from now on, you are going to play your best game and you are going to receive every single blessing that you came for. You're going to leave with that title. You're going to leave with that new relationship or that new contract. In order to take home the big wins that set your soul on fire, you may need to get some coaching, spend some time perfecting your skills or building up your strength. You must adopt a no matter what attitude and be willing to do whatever it takes to win. In order to maximize your strengths and minimize your weaknesses, you have to do what I call a little selfie check. The quickest, easiest, and most simple way to do a selfie check is to analyze your assets and your liabilities. Your assets are going to be the things that add value to your life, the things that represent your strengths, the things that you are really good at, and the things that you are confident in. Those are your assets. So the college degrees that you have, the experience you have, the knowledge that you have from all the books you've read, even the values that you've picked up during your childhood are your assets. Every single piece of you, every experience that you've had has added something to your life. So the great things that you can take out of those experiences are your assets. So write it all out. Make a list. And on one side, you're going to talk about all of your assets and all of the great things that you know you are bringing into the game. On the other side of that paper, you're going to write out all of your liabilities. These are the things that you know you need to work on. These are the weaknesses that you know you need to strengthen and the people that you know you need to let go of in order to move on to that next level. It's not going to be an overnight change. Tomorrow, you may not wake up a whole new person, but you can awaken with a whole new way of thinking, and that is what ultimately changes your life. You're not trying to build a whole new house in one day. It's about laying your foundation brick by brick to become who you need to be. So you take out all of the things that aren't working and replace them with a new attitude, a new skill, and a new belief system. So ask yourself, who do you need to be in order to play your best game? And then work on those things one thing at a time. Now, you got to be patient with yourself because you can only expect to do better tomorrow than you did today. So if you're already aware of your assets and liabilities, then it's going to be so much easier for you to come up with a solid game plan and a strategy to win. In order to come up with a strategy, you have to be willing to face the facts and embrace your flaws. Winning does not require you to be perfect. It only requires that you consistently work towards progression. One thing I want to advise you with, though, is that denial does not make things go away. So if you write down your list of liabilities and you see something that you're not happy about or things that you're a little ashamed of, that's okay. You're human. You should not expect yourself to be perfect. But what you do have to do is hold yourself accountable to doing better. Every single thought, every single intention, every single action, you got to be conscious about it. You have to be strategic about it. And you have to know that your thoughts, actions, and intentions are leading you towards success. You don't have time for any negative thoughts. You don't have time for any bad habits. You don't have time for any poor conversations. You don't have time for gossiping. Every single thought, every single intention, every single action, every single thing that you do must be aligned with winning. You have to have a winning mindset. You have to wake up ready to win And every single thing that you do, every single piece of energy that you put out into the universe has to be aligned with your new goals and with your new winning game plan. When you are getting yourself together and becoming who you need to be, you have to definitely keep in mind that God is your coach. He is the end all be all. He knows the game plan and he's calling the plays. He has a strategy laid out for you, and all you have to do is tune in, tap in, and listen to every play that he yells out for you. God is the coach, and you must mentally, spiritually, and physically be fit to win. You must also be ready to identify your team players. Whether you want to admit it or not, life is a team sport. And the sooner you realize that, the easier it'll be for you to accomplish the things that you are setting out to accomplish. You cannot win all on your own. No matter what you set out to accomplish, you can get there much faster, much sooner, much easier, and much more efficiently if you have a few people that has your back. It's critical to your game that you know who's going to help you win, who you can count on, and who you can trust. I don't want you to make the mistake of assuming that your success will be achieved in a silo or that you can do it solo dolo. I want you to consider who you can count on to assist you in winning. Those who are not going to judge your dreams because they see your determination and your dedication and are willing and ready to help you win. So figure out who those people are. Write down a couple people that you know. Then think, are they your team players? And in addition to knowing that you have to have some team players, you will also realize that there are going to be people on the sidelines that are going to have something to say. There are going to be people in the crowd who secretly wants you to lose because they were never bold enough to get in the game in their own lives. The people who sit on the sidelines are often too afraid to get into the game. So they're sitting on the sidelines telling you that you can't win. Listen, you cannot let those people get in your head and mess up your game just because they have something to say. This is why your own voice must be louder and stronger than your critics. Don't you dare get out of the game based on what people say. Instead, allow their doubt to fuel your fire. Sometimes your haters are your biggest motivators. So once you identify your team players and you silence your haters with action, you also have to know who your OG players are. These are the legends, experts, and icons in your lane who have played the game before you with a consistent history of winning. Find some people who you admire and look up to, who are doing what you eventually want to be doing. This is not limited to business. Outside of professional mentors, seek out those who are winning in their personal lives as well. If you desire to be a good wife or a good mother, identify some happy wives and people who you know are in great relationships. Identify some great mothers or those who exemplify traits that you want to acquire. These don't even have to be people that you could reach out and touch. These might be people that you follow online. These might be people whose book you've read or whose YouTube videos you watch. This could be anybody you see that has played the game before you and has won. Find those with a track record of winning. Figure out what they are doing and add a little bit of that to your game plan. You don't have to reinvent the wheel. Winners look their best at all times so they can feel their best at all times. Winners are great receivers. Winners take blame and credit honestly and openly. Winners invest in themselves. Winners focus on the positive until they can improve upon the negative. Winners create healthy habits. Winners associate with other winners, and winners remain cool, calm, collected, and connected under pressure. And last but not least, winners are bold and courageous enough to get in the game and play to win. Now that you have uncovered One, save yourself strategy. Make sure you tap the link below to get on the wait list for my brand new book that is dropping in less than 30 days, y'all, entitled Nobody is Coming to Save You. You got to save yourself. I love you. I want nothing but love for you. And I'll see you on the next episode.